If you are the type that works so hard and still ends up not having savings, ends up having nothing to show for it, then this video is for you. You want to keep on watching. Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ijeoma, and in this video today I'm going to be giving you 8 reasons why you are always broke. In as much as we like it or not, there are some little things that we do that actually kills our finances. Number one is your inability to say no. Sometimes say no and stand on your no. Sure, you see these people around us that feels whenever they call you, you're always there to answer, or when they need your help, all they need to do is just to ring your bell, or send you a text message. Then you pack all the ones you have worked your ass off getting and sending to them. If you keep up that attitude, trust me, they will send you back to your village. Yes, so I said it. Sometimes say no. Family members, friends, relatives, colleagues, neighbors. There are times when you need to say no, especially if it is affecting your finance, especially if your finance is wobbling, especially if you are not grounded financially. Then you need to learn the act of saying no repeatedly until you can actually give them what you can afford comfortably. Do you get what I'm saying? Now I understand that there are some people that you can't give an outright no. In that kind of situation, what you need to do is to start giving excuses. Like when they are complaining their own, you are complaining your own. When they are saying, this country too hard. This my brother, this country is too difficult. When they are saying theirs, you are saying your own. So that way they feel, this one is not even letting me talk land before she. Yes, I can't let you land, my dear, because you cannot come and send me back to my village. You cannot come and make me a beggar, even after working hard. It is so annoying that some people don't try to lift their fingers just because they know they can call one of their aunties somewhere or one of their uncles somewhere that will just send money into their account. It is very annoying. And trust me, I am not that uncle or that auntie or that friend or that relative that you will call and after working my ass off, I'll come and carry my money and give you. No, let's work. Let us work. Go and work your own. I work my own. Let everybody manage their own. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Even if it looks like you're being selfish, trust me, you are doing a lot of good for yourself. The second reason why you are always broke is because of social media. Yeah, yeah. Most of the time we're trying to compare ourselves with what we see online, with the kind of lifestyle we see the other celebrities living, not knowing that most of these celebrities are only showing you what you want to see. What they are showing you most times does not tally with their bank accounts. Some of them are in debt. So you trying to like live up to that expectation, you trying to live up to your celebrities, you see them change hair every day, every post they post daily is different hair, different makeup, different jewelry, different clothing, and then you feel you want to also belong to that gang when your account is wobbling, when you don't have enough in your account. No, my dear. Sometimes I understand that the pressure the pressure online is just too much. Yes, but this is where you learn self-discipline, knowing fully well that what you make cannot provide you that kind of life. How about you being contented with what you actually have? You don't even need to look like your problem, but you can actually look really good with the little you have. So instead of trying to live up to that standard, buying designers, buying luxury air, rent, going on Uber, you don't even have any form of savings, it is very advisable that you live within your means. It's going to help you in a lot of ways. Number three on my list would be not interrogating yourself enough. There are sometimes when you feel you need something. It is just your longer throat speaking. It's just your longer throat speaking, my dear. Sometimes you don't need that thing. Before you purchase something that is going to shake you financially, you need to ask yourself, do I really need this thing? This thing, when I get it, of what value is it to me? If I don't get this thing, can I keep living? Can I improvise? Can I use any other thing to cover up for that particular thing I need? Just like you that have 20 hair, you have 20 wigs, and you see one luxury wig online, and you feel, oh, I must buy this wig. Ask yourself, do you really, really need that wig? If you don't have an event, or you don't have maybe a special place you're going to, how about you keep that money? Keep it and invest it in something else rather than splunging it on things that are really not necessary. You feel you can just get these things impulsively. You can just, after all, it's my money. You don't question yourself enough, you don't interrogate yourself enough. So you need to ask yourself questions. If you really need these things, how important are they to you before you go ahead to purchase them? Okay. Right, the next reason why you are always broke is because you don't have a budget. For every shopping I go for, there are things I write down that these are what I want to get. I have a budget of how much I want to buy, how much I want to spend, sorry. I have in at the back of my mind, even if I'm exceeding what I'm buying because of the situation of the economy, this is the amount I must not pass. Okay. Now, if you have a budget, it gives you a guideline to what to buy. It gives you a guideline as to what to get at what particular time, especially when you go into a shopping complex, or you go into a mall. Most times you just want to go and buy bread, and then you come out with a whole cart of goods. My dear, you cannot be buying things like that. You cannot keep splunging money that way. If you have these things at home, there is absolutely no reason whatsoever why you should buy things unnecessarily. My dear, you don't need that kind of life, especially if you know you are still trying to gather your finances. You are still trying to stand your ground. You are still trying to build your finances to that extent where you'll be proud of it, especially when you're going shopping, when you want to give yourself a birthday treat, when you want to give yourself a well done treat, you want to give yourself a pat in the back. Yes, have a budget. I'm not saying you shouldn't encourage yourself or celebrate yourself, but have a budget. Don't exceed that budget. Okay. My next point would be not investing in your future. That money you are keeping in your accounts, there are some people that the more they see it, the more they feel like spending it. So if you're that kind of people, why not invest it into something like get a property, huh? Start a business, buy shares. Do you get where I'm going? Instead of leaving that money lying around and doing nothing in your account, and you are not a careful spender, it is much more advisable you invest it somewhere you're not saying. You just know you have property somewhere, but you can't reach it, which is very good for you because at the end of the day, your future is secured. Okay? Well, my next point would be fear. Fear in a way that you are making a meager amount of money and you are afraid to explore other means of making money. Remember, we are still talking about the reason why you are always broke. So if you are doing a particular business and that business, all you do is go around in circle, all you do is not excel, you're only in that level you are without actually excelling, I think it is advisable you dip your foot into other waters, test your other waters, try to start other businesses or improve in yourself. But so many people have the fear of what if I fail? What if I disappoint myself? What if it ends up not working out? Fear has a way of crippling you, fear has a way of drawing you back. Fear has a way of limiting your finances. Fear has a way of limiting the way you would have grown if you weren't so afraid. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So fear is one really, really terrible thing that keeps people down, that keep you in a mediocre level because you are too afraid to test a new business. Take for instance, if you sell clothes online and that clothes is not moving as much as you expected, You could venture into maybe adding shoes and bags to it. It is still in that sphere, it is still in that area, but instead of investing so much into it, you start with a little investment, you start with little money. But the fact that you are too afraid to try new things keeps you selling just that clothes. Just something. It keeps you selling just that clothes. So you remain in that position. The fear creeps you so much as you keep going around in circle every year. So that is why you are always broke. You will always be broke because you've not even tried new things. You've not challenged yourself to try new things. Now, this next one, I'm very guilty. I am very, very guilty of it. You see, mommy guilt. Once you start having mommy guilt, there are so many things you end up doing without thinking, which in turn affects your finances. You go to a mall to just get foodstuff or groceries, and then you now mistakenly push your cart to the toy section, and then you look at the toy and say, "Oh, my child really like this toy." And there is a box full of toys somewhere in your child's room. But the fact that if you don't buy that toy, you'll be feeling mm, mm, you end up buying it, splurging that money on what your child totally don't need. Okay? So it's better you try to ignore that mommy guilt at times. If it is not something that is really, really daring, is really, really needed, necessary, don't buy it. Especially if your kid already have a lot of toys. Remember this toy itself, you buy it today, they play with it, tomorrow they are bored, they don't like it anymore, next tomorrow they're already looking for something else to play with, then you now spend a lot of money. The money you spent on that other toy, it don go, it has it is wasted. Then tomorrow you start looking for another type of toy to buy. How are you going to save if you keep it up that way? How are you going to have vex money? How are you going to have money you fall back to if you keep spending as it comes? If you keep buying these toys, buying these clothes that they don't need, buying these shoes that they don't need. Do I understand that some of us buy these things because you are trying to heal that inner child syndrome? I think that's what I will call it, that we had while growing up, because these toys you buy for your kids, your parents didn't get it for you then. So in turn, you try to buy these toys for your kids just to heal that, trauma, just to heal that feeling you had while growing up. After all, I didn't have it, so my kids should have it. There's a limit to these things. Try to limit how you get these things for them. Try to work on yourself. Try to know how much you spend this money in order for you to have vex money, fall back money. Do you understand? So mommy guilt has plays a major role in we being broke sometimes. Now the last on my list is your entitlement. You are too entitled. After all, I work for my money. Why can't I spend it? After all, I've been working since morning. Why won't I spend it? Yes, we know you worked for it. But what about your tomorrow? What about your future? If you work for it and then spend it immediately, what do you fall back on? I'm not saying you shouldn't spend money on yourself. I'm not saying you shouldn't appreciate yourself, like I said earlier. But you should be on a budget, because you actually need it. You actually deserve it. But try to get the things you actually need. Try to get what you know is important for you. Like if you want to reward yourself for hitting the 100,000 subscriber, whatever, you could get yourself a MacBook. You could get yourself a really, really top-notch quality camera. Things that you know will improve that craft or that business or that thing you're doing that brings that money to your table. You could get yourself those things, splurge money on things that in turn is going to help you. There's nothing as good and as sweet as when you have money, you get backing, you get financial backing somewhere that is your own, that belongs to you. Like a property, you have shares somewhere, you have a property somewhere, you have a business thriving somewhere. It's give you so much confidence that when you are even talking, like You know you have backing. You know you speak with so much aura. You speak with so much confidence. You speak with so much authority. You know that nobody can just come and trample on you anyhow. Do you understand? So these are some of the reasons why I feel we are always broke as a mom, as an individual in general. These are just a few of the reasons, and there are also really, really important reasons why I feel we are always broke. So it is very important for us to take note of these things and work on ourselves in order to have a really, really productive self-development process. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video. I truly, truly appreciate you for clicking and sticking. All right, so do well to subscribe to the channel. It goes a long way. It really, really encourages us YouTubers to do more. If you like to keep seeing this kind of videos, do well to subscribe. Like I said earlier, give this video a huge and massive thumbs up. Comment on what you think on my opinion and share to as many as possible. Share this video, let them watch. If you want to help one of your friend or one of your colleague or one of your family member, this video will do them a lot of good. Thank you so much for watching once again, and see you in my next one.